Hi everyone, this is Sheila Peters and we're about to do a stretch body awareness class. We're going to start with a wide leg position here and put our hands on our hips and just open the knee out over the toe and to the other side. Good. Keep going. We're just shifting from one side to the other and push and out and once more. Push and out. Now let's take both knees going out. Opening up the inside thighs, press down and up. As you press up, you're pushing your feet down and squeezing the glutes to get that inside thigh working there. And bend and lift. Now let's take our arms, we're going to just swing them down to the side. Twisting the upper body, keeping the hips front. Drop side, letting the head go with the arms. 2 more sets, reach. And drop, lift, and down, out, and down, out. Now we're going to combine everything. Bend the knees, drop down, head goes loose, coming up to the side. And swing, drop, lift, and up. Repeat, down, let that head be loose, up, and down, lift it up. Now we're going to take 1.5. Down, all the way around, reach up over the over your head, down, and lift. Other side, down, let that head go. Lift all the way up, drop, and stretch. 1 more set in each direction, down, swing it around, all the way down, and lift. Last set, down, swing it around, all the way down, and lift. Good. Now let's reach up to this direction. Bend the knee, drop the head down, hands go down. Push with this leg. Reach. Twist down. Breathe. 3rd time. Drop it down. And lift it up. And drop it down. Let's take it to the other side. So we reach, bend, drop. Breathe. Reach. Bend, drop. And twist, keep those hips front, drop it down, and lift out, and drop it down, coming up right. Let's bring the legs together. We're in a rotate position. Bend the knees, trying to keep the back straight, and go all the way down. Taking your hands, bring them out to the front. Let's shoot that right leg out, feeling the inside thigh stretch there. This knee is rotated out. We're going to flex. Push through the foot and point. Flex. Push through and point. 2 more. Flex. Push through and point. Last time, flex. Push through and point. Slide the leg in. Push the other leg out. Flex that foot. Feel that whole body turned out there. And point. Flex out. Push through point. Flex it out. Push through point. Last time, flex, push through, point. Excellent. Bring that leg back in and let's shoot this one out once more. And we're going to take a flex position, maintain this leg where it is, and we're going to rotate this back leg or the long leg out, just pushing through that hip a little bit. And rotate it out. Coming back in. Good. And rotate it out. So you can feel where you're getting this stretch in the hip. Rotate it and open it out. And once more, rotate it and open it out. Good. Slide that leg in, reach the other leg out, flex that foot, maintain this rotation in this leg, and now we're twisting and rotating. Good. And rotate it out. Keep going. Rotate it in. Feel that stretch, that hip flexor. And out. 2 more. And rotate it in. Good. And reach it out. And once more. Rotate it in. And rotate it out. Excellent. Bring that leg in. Let's come back to a parallel position here with our legs. So our knees are going straight forward over those toes. And we're going to put our weight more onto this leg here as we rotate the hip out just through balancing on the ball of the foot there and in. So again, we're working through those hips and in and rotate it out Really trying to stretch out there, and in, and out, and in. Come back over and shift your weight more onto this leg, and let's rotate on the ball of foot through that hip, and in. Good, and rotate it out, and in. 2 more. Rotate it out, and in. And once more. Rotate it out, and in. Good. Now let's turn the whole body to the side, getting the weight onto the full lower leg there. Curl the toes under. We're in a hands and knees position. And let's just work through the feet. So we're going to roll back, stretching out the instep, maybe your lower back as well. Roll, push through those toes, and come forward a little bit more. And push, roll, feeling the lower leg get some stretch in there, as well as the underneath the feet. And 2 more. Push it out. Good. And come rocking forward and push it out. Heels go down as far as you can. Good. And come forward. Then allow the feet to settle once again, sitting down onto those heels. Let's take a lift up, pushing the hips forward and down. And lift them up and down. So you're feeling like you're standing on your knees, and down, and lift up, and down. Now let's come back up, and we're going to take a step forward with that back leg in front of us here. So we're setting ourselves up into sort of a 90-90 position with our legs, but we're going to press forward with our hips so we get more of a stretch through here. And now we're going to press back by sticking our derriere out and feeling the fold in the crease of the hip in the front, which gets us into the hamstring on this leg that's in front of us. Once again, pressing forward. Good. And press back. Keeping the back flat and straight, even though we're making our hips move forward and back. And press. You're increasing the stretch in the hamstring. And once more, press forward. Now the stretch is happening here. And press back. Now let's maintain this position with our backs. You can put your hands down, maybe just the fingertips. And we're going to flex back with that toe in front of us to increase the hamstring stretch. And push forward. And flex back. And push forward. 2 more. Flex it out. We're still having that angle there with our backs. Push forward. And press it back. Feeling that stretch. Good. And press forward. Now let's come back into the bent knee position. Hands come to the hip. And press forward more. Sort of increasing the stretch here. Bring the hands down. Try to keep the back still straight. And let's try and just lift that leg up. And back and down. Pressing the hip down. Lift it up and press it down. 2 more. Lift it up and press it down. And lift it up and press it down. Good. Come back to your 90-90 position and bring that leg that's in front to your sitting position here. And let's sit back down. Let's just take a little bit of a child's pose here for a moment. Heads are down, shake the heads no, side to side. Opening up that neck. Good. And then roll up through the spine. Hands on the hips, coming up and down. 4 of these. Lift and down. And come up and down. And come up. And down, coming back up. Good, now we're going to swing the front leg forward into your 90-90 position here. And we're pressing forward with the hips so we get that back, front of the hip working there. And now we're going to push back, keeping our back straight and get our hips moving to the back. So we've got to stretch through that hamstring in front with the front leg. And press forward and stretch it. You can allow that back to angle, but you're still trying to keep a flat back, not a curved back. Push forward. Maybe you can get a little farther forward. And push it back. Good. And once more. Come forward. Excellent. And push it back. Now we're going to maintain this position and increase that stretch by flexing that foot up. Bring the toes towards us. And come down. And flex it up. If you want your hands to be down with the fingertips, you can do that. And push forward. And flex that foot up. Really feeling the stretch that's happening in the hamstring. And come forward. And once more. Flex it. And come forward. Now we're coming back into that hip movement, coming forward. Feeling that stretch. Hands can come down. We're lifting that back leg up. And down. Lift it up. Good. And down. 2 more. Lift it up. And down. Once more. Lifting it up. And down. Excellent. Let's come back to your 90 degree position with those legs. Bring that leg in. Sit down. And let's go back into your child pose position here. Heads are down. Let's take a deep breath in, and then when we exhale, we bring that front arm forward, sort of stretching through the side of the armpit, upper rib area. And release, other side. Reach, using your breath to help you. And come down. Let's take that again. Reach it out. And release it. And reach it out. And release it. Let's come up to our hands and knees position and just take a little wag the tail position. So we're going to tilt our hips to the front as our heads go to the front. And then moving it to the back. So now we're moving our hips side to side and out. And you're going to notice that you feel that in your lower back as well. And side. 2 more sets. Move it to the front. And to the other side. And last time, letting your head follow the motion of the hip. And side. Excellent. Come back to your neutral position. Now let's tilt the hips, both with the legs moving to the side. So you're getting a side of the hip, the IT band area stretch. And up and over and take it to the other side. If you've been doing a lot of walking or parallel motion, you may find this really is a nice stretch for that IT band, and up and over, because we're making that move in the side to side position rather just front and back. Okay, let's take 2 more sets. This time, see if you can lean over a little bit more to increase that stretch. Good. Up and over, breathing. And last time, lift it. Maybe you can get almost to the floor. Good. And up. And shift it over to the side and come up. Good. Let's go into a little bit of the back here now that we've opened up the hips. That will help with our lower spine. So we're starting in a neutral position here. And let's take a deep breath in. As we go into our cat, we're engaging the abdominals, making the lower back go up to the ceiling. Really pressing that back up, using the hands to help you press. And release through the hips, undulate, and now we're going into our cow. Again, you're still using the arms to press to help you get into this action with the lower spine. Roll the hips, make sure you're breathing, and into your cat. Good. Push through, and into your cow. 2 more sets. Roll it, get that back up to the ceiling. And push through, press into your cow. And last time, roll it, press it, lift it up, and push. Allow the belly to sink down, tailbone goes up to the ceiling, head comes up. Good. Come back to neutral position, and let's push back into child's pose. Let's bring the arms out, clasp them together, and lift the arms up over towards the head, sort of opening up the shoulders there.
Excellent. Bring the arms down, roll up through the spine,
and come to an upright position. Let's take some shoulder circles. We've got the shoulders going forward, lift, back, and down. To the front, lift, back, and down. Front, lift, back, and down. Once more, to the front, and lift, and back. Reverse it. Going to the back, and lift, and front. Come down, push it to the back. Lift, front. Two more, here we go. Back, lift, front, and down. Once more, back, lift, front, and down. Let's come back up to this position where we have ourselves standing on our knees, and take your hands and bring them behind your back, in your small of the back there. And we're going to take a push forward with our hips and a drop back with our upper body. Deep breath in. As we exhale, we're pushing those hips forward and allowing our backs to move to the back there. So we're opening up the front of the spine. And then roll back up, engaging the abdominals. Deep breath in. Exhale, push. Press the hips forward, arcing back. And rolling back up. We've got two more. Deep breath in. Exhale, push those hips forward, arcing back, maybe get a little farther back with your upper body, shoulders stay down, shoulder blades squeeze together, and then come up, and let's take that once more. Deep breath in. Exhale, pushing the hips forward, arcing to the back, opening up the front of that spine, and coming upright. Good. Sitting back down, let's go into a child pose, and we'll smooth and use all of that action together. So from here, we're going to start with your hands scooting a little bit farther forward as you lift up that lower back into your cat position. Now we're going to allow the hips to come forward, and we're coming into basically your cow position. Letting the head come up, shoulders stay down. Release the derriere, allow it to go into your cow position, and come back into child's pose and rest. Repeat. Cat, breathe. Undulate through that spine. Push up into your lifted position here. And stick the derriere out, going to the back of the room, allowing that cow to happen in the spine, drop and down. We have two more. Think of the journey, not the end result. So we're really enjoying this stretch we're taking through that spine. And then coming into your end point. And now again, journey. Feel that curve in that spine, in the cow position as you go back down again. We're going to take that one more time. Take a little rest for a moment, and then come up, lift, roll through the spine, all the way into your arc. You might feel like you've really gotten a little bit farther along in this curve here. And then let's go back through cow, drop, and come down. Excellent. Coming back up to your knees, standing on your knees. Make sure you've got the knees right under the hips. We're going to take some twisted work with our spine, utilizing everything we just did. So from here, we're going to reach that front arm up, swing it and twist it to the back. Drop it down. Let's take it to the other side. Lift, twist, and reach to the back. Repeat. Lift, up. Keeping the hips as front as you can. And lift up. It might help to think of pressing the hips a little bit forward. Up, reach. Let's take our arms out and flex through those hands. And we're going to press out with that back hand and then press to the front. Still trying to maintain the core. Press it back and front. Press back. You're holding on to the abs. And front. And once more back. It's not a huge motion. And back. Let's take that to the other side. Before you go, you might feel like you're not even here. You've got this body, torso facing to the front. So we're going to reach this arm up. Twist, keeping the hips front, arms out, flex, And now keeping the hips right where they are, we're pressing to the back with that hand and front, holding out to the core muscles. Reach to the back, opening up and front. Repeat, back and front and back and front. Good. Coming down. Now you may feel like you're a little bit more even through that position. We're going to exaggerate this a bit by taking this front hand, bringing it to the back heel here, and bringing this arm up and reaching to the back and stretching as far back as you can. So this is sort of a combination of a side and diagonal stretch for your spine and your torso. Coming up, shift. Hand goes to the back, heel there, and reach this front arm up, and just reach it straight up through the middle there as your hips press front. And leaning back. Good. Coming up, let's take that once more in each direction. Hand, reach, lift, reach it back. Way up there. Good. And come up, shift, bring this hand to the back, heel there, and front arm comes up, and you're leaning back, keeping the hips forward to open up the front side body, and come upright. Good. And sit down. Let's come and face front and have our legs straight forward, and just work with the feet and the hands for a moment. Get the divine flesh out from underneath you. We're going to take the feet and hands flex, push through, and go into a point. Coming through and flex. So we're working the ankles in the front and back motion and the wrists, and lift up. Good. And push through and point. And once more. Flex it out. Good. Push through and point. Shake everything out. And now let's take the hands in a fist and point the feet, and we're going to take circles through those ankles and wrists. All the way around. Nice and slow so you can really stretch out what might feel bound a little bit. Around and come front, and then reverse that all the way around and in. Good. And push it out and around. Excellent. Out and around and out and around. Good. And once again, shake that out. Good. We're going to take a little opening through the fingers and the toes. So reset. Make sure you got the divine flesh out from underneath you. And so we're trying to separate the toes and the hands. And then squeeze them in. Separate and open. Spreading the toes away from each other. It's much easier to do this with your fingers. And out. Good. Opening up. And in. And once more. Out. And in. Okay, shake that all out. Let's take our legs and bring them into a folded position. We've got your right leg in front. And remember, I'm not trying to get you to get those legs close to your torso. We're trying to make a triangle base here so that you can support yourself and get that back nice and straight. Let's take a forward fold, starting from the head. So we're dropping the head down, rolling through the back of the neck, allowing the body to come forward. You're folding from the crease in the hips, dropping down, and we're going out and over that front leg, slowly inching out, letting that head be loose. And let's shake that head a little bit. Let's shake the shoulders a little bit, and then wiggle the hips a bit. So we've got a nice forward fold coming from the hip flexors. We're going to stay here and breathe 4 times, trying to increase the fold over each time. So we have a deep breath in. As we exhale, we inch the fingers out a little bit more and drop the body over. So you're going to feel the stretch in many places. And just keep breathing through it. Here we go. Deep breath in. Exhale, reach the hands out and drop. 3rd time. Deep breath in. Exhale, stretch those fingers out. Your back is going to lengthen out over those legs. Heads are loose. And last time, deep breath in. Exhale, reach those hands out and lower the body over.
And then slowly roll up through the spine, coming back through that whole process through the spine to an upright position.
Staying in this position, let's work that lower back once again. And so we have a deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to curve the hips under. So we're going into that cat position through our spine. And then we're going to push through and go into the cow. So we're rippling through that spine. Head will be the last part of the spine that works. Let's repeat that 3 more times. Engaging the core so you can really push that lower back out, ripple through, creating more fluidity in that spine. 2 more. And roll it to the back. Good. And push through, rolling out through that spine. And once more. Let's roll it to the back. Breathing. And push. And come back up to an upright position. Good. Bring the legs together. Shake them out for a moment. We're going to take that whole series to the other side with the other leg in front. So here we go, bending the legs, getting the divine flesh out from underneath you. Backs are nice and tall. Let's take our forward fold. Dropping the head down, rolling front, allowing the hands to come out to the front on the floor. Feeling that fold coming from the hip flexors, go to your starting position. How far down can you start? Shaking that head out. Let's wiggle the shoulders a little bit and then the hips. And then let's take our breaths. Deep breath in. Exhale and allow yourself to go a little farther over. Just hanging and breathing. Again, deep breath in. Exhale, reach the arms out. Feeling the body lower down towards the floor. Where are you feeling the stretch here? 2 more breaths. Deep breath in. Exhale, the head is loose, making sure that the head is dropped. Shoulders stay down. And last time, deep breath in. And exhale and reach. Good. Let everything hang. And then slowly roll up through the spine, using your hands to walk up. Come to an upright position. Get that head back up as the last piece and your backs are straight. And here we take those contractions. Deep breath in. Exhale, tilt the hips. Get that lower back going to the back of the room. And then push through the hips and undulate up. Watching the head be the last part of that spine. So it's like a whip. It's going to be the last part that really reacts to the positioning of the hips and the lower back. Good. And 2 more. And roll it to the back. Breathe. And come on up. Shoulders stay down. And let's take it 1 more time. Curve that lower back, engaging the core. And then roll and come upright. Good. Come to neutral position. Once again, bring the legs front. And let's just leave the thighs out for a moment. And let's take a little rock. So we're gluing our legs together and lifting our hips up and shift to the side. And lift. So the legs are all of one piece here. Lift and come up and shift. And last time, rock it and come to the other side. Excellent. Bring the legs in. Let's open up the legs and go into a 90-90 position on the floor. So we're going to be facing off to the right here. Our torsos are staying upright. And let's focus more on this hip once again. So we're really stretching out and opening the hips. So from here, deep breath in. Exhale, press that hip forward, allowing the upper body to twist to the back of the room. And now press the hip and allow it to go down and back. Repeat, hip. So this is a little bit similar to that undulation we were doing in the spine just now with the crossed legs. But now we're undulating through the hips on this spiral and diagonal movement here. And press and stretch. Maybe you can twist that upper body to the back a little bit more. And press that hip down, allowing the torso to go with you. And 1 more time. Press it, twist, reach, and stretch. Good. And coming back, coming down, and press. Good. We're gonna lean forward now and put your weight onto your hands here, and we're gonna flex the back foot. We're gonna try and lift the heel of the back leg up as the knee stays down, which rotates through our hip a little bit. It's more of a micro motion there. And drop it down. Repeat. And lift it up. And down. Good. And lift it up. And down. And we have one more. And lift it up. And your body will tilt forward some and come down. Good. Straighten that back leg out. Come to the front. And just see how that hip feels now. Once again, you may want to wiggle a little bit, but you may find that this hip is more down into the floor and that the side body has gotten stretched a little bit more than the side we haven't worked with. So let's take it to the other side, legs up. We're going to open up into that 90-90 position and set yourself up so that your torso is facing over to the left here, starting with this hip. We're going to push it and undulate around with the torso, really opening up through that hip. And press the hip down, allow the upper body to go with you. Keep going, pushing through, undulating, seeing if you can get a little bit more of a twist in the spine. That spiral twist, coming back down, and press. 2 more, push it through, and roll it. Good, and come down. Coming to the back, pressing that hip down and letting that upper body really twist. And last time, push it, undulate all the way around. Maybe you can feel like that back shoulder is reaching towards the back foot. And then come back down, press, and drop back. Good. Come back to your neutral position. You might have to adjust your positions here. You're going to be putting your hands onto this front leg with a slight lean. Flex the back foot, and now we're lifting that heel up. And this first time, it's gonna feel a little strange, and release it down. And once again, maintain that flex foot. I didn't just let it go into a point, but let's flex it up. Allow the body to come forward a little bit, but you've got a flat back and down. And you can definitely feel that rotation inwards that's happening with that hip as you lift that heel up. Good. And come down. And let's take that once more. Lift it up. Beautiful. And come down. Good. Point the foot, shoot that leg out, and sit up tall. A lot of work in there. Let's take a little integrator, flex the feet, backs are straight, and we're just pushing that right heel and hip forward, allowing the upper body to twist and shift and change. Repeat, push it and twist and shift and change. 2 more sets. Just enjoy this. It's a little rest, but it also helps to release any tension you might have had in the hips after that last exercise. Reach it out. Good. And come back out. Excellent. Bring the legs up. Let's glue the legs together and drop the knees over to the side. We can take some clamshells. So we're opening out, feeling the inside thigh, get a stretch, and drop. And open, and close. Open it out, and close, and open it out, and close. Glue the legs together, coming to the other side. Here we go. Open, and close, and open it out, and close. 2 more. And open, and close, and open, and close. Glue the legs together, come up and over to the other side. We're gonna do a variation on that inward hip area that we just worked on. So we're going to lift the leg up, and we're gonna drop the knee down with the toe coming up, and it will be a micro motion there. And then just release it by lifting the leg up. So we're dropping the knee down, trying to get the toes up higher than the knee, and up. You'll all feel this. And coming in, lifting the toe up higher than the knee, and lift. And last time. Bend the knee, drop the knee down, toe comes higher, and lift up. Good. Come back to your glued knee position. Let's take it to the other side. Sitting up tall. So we're lifting that leg up, dropping the knee down and getting the foot up higher. Good. And release it. And drop it down. Foot is pointed, and lift. We've got 2 more. Try not to let your shoulders lift as you do this. Work with that hip. And up. And we have 1 more. And drop it down. Beautiful. And lift it up. Let's glue that together and come upright. Shoot the legs out, sitting up tall. Legs slightly separated. And let's take a forward fold with the hamstrings here, getting some work there. Arms up. Lift up out of the hips, folding over into that diagonal position. Feet are still parallel. Let's hold this for a moment. We can feel a stretch in the hamstrings, but you also have a flat back. And let's do some work with reaching with the arms on this diagonal line. It's as if somebody grabbed this hand and they're going to pull you a little bit. So you get a little bit of a twist and then shift and a little bit of a twist in that torso. Repeat. Reach. Reaching out. Your hamstrings may still be feeling this. And reach it out. Good. And stretch. And last time, reach it out. And stretch. Let's have both arms reaching out, shoulders are down. Going down into your forward fold. From that flat back, eventually your spine will round. You're folding from the crease in the hips. Heads are down. You should be feeling this in your hamstrings. Shake that head out. No. And yes. Repeat that. No. And yes. Okay, let's take 4 deep breaths. Inhale. As you exhale, inch the fingers out just a little bit and try and lower the upper body down. Repeat. Inhale. Exhale, fingers go out and lower. Increasing the stretch in the hamstrings. 2 more. Deep breath in. Exhale. Bring the fingers even farther forward. Pull with those hands so you're lengthening the spine along the legs there. And last time, deep breath in and exhale. Good. Now let's take the same thing that we did when we were in the flat back by having a friend grab the hand and pull. So deep breath in, right arm goes out, and then feel the pull, and you'll find your body going a little bit more over the right leg, but increasing the hamstring stretch there. And other side, breath in. Hand gets reached, and we pull, and we find our torso going slightly over to the left. Let's repeat that. Breath in. Right. Farther out with that hand and lengthening through the spine, increasing this fold in the torso towards the legs. And left. Breath in. And exhale and pull. Let's keep going. Deep breath in. Right. And pull. You might be getting very small increments as your arm goes out. And left, deep breath in, exhale and pull. Shoulders are down, elbows are slightly bent. And last time, reaching with that right arm, somebody's pulling you there and coming over, feet are still pointed. And left arm, and pull. And once again, shake that head out a little bit, wiggle the shoulders a little bit, and then wiggle through the hips. And really feel how far over you've been able to get that stretch. Excellent. Let's roll up through the spine and come to an upright position. Excellent. Let's focus now on the abs. Here we go. Let's bring the legs up. We've got a little bend here in our elbows. And we're going to come up to a point, and our knees are holding, and we're trying to really pull in the transverse abdominals, the underlying long muscle that goes from your pubic bone up higher to your rib cage. So we're lifting the legs up and we're gluing those knees together, and we're going to go to the side and lift and side and up. Keep going over and up and over and lift. We've got 2 more sets like this. So you should be starting to feel it in your obliques. Over and up and over and up. Now we're going to lift the legs in between. Over, lift the legs straight. Try to keep the knees and the feet glued together. And over
and up. Shoulders are not lifted. Over and up. 2 more sets. And lift and over and up. And last time like this. Up and over. Now we're going to take a little tilt over with that leg, top leg. It tilts and then comes back up. And it brings up that leg to the knee, lift. So we have tilt and up. Shoulders are still down. Keep breathing. 2 more sets. And over and lift and over and lift. Last time, over and up. Good. Over and up. Lower the legs, shoot them out, and just notice how tight you feel in here. So we've really worked those obliques. All right, let's do some work on the inside thighs. So bring the legs up into a diagonal position, and we're going to just roll the knee forward, inwards, and out to once again reestablish that rotation in the hips that we've been working on. So this knee is coming down as this one stays up to the ceiling. Up and open, and drop it to the side, and open, and inwards, and up. This leg is stationary, good, and up and open. Now we're going to shift. This leg stays stationary. Drop it down, and open, and drop over, and open. 2 more sets. Drop it over, and open, and drop it over, and open. Good. Shoot the legs out. Get the divine flesh out from underneath. So we're in a diagonal position. Okay, it's not your most wise position here. And we're going to twist the upper body and take a side stretch over. So we're going along the line of the leg on that diagonal, opening up the side body there. Drop down, fold towards that leg. Feet are pointed, head is down. Open it out, coming back into that diagonal line, feeling side body stretch. Drop over, heads are loose, and down. And we're folding from the hip crease. We got 2 more. Open it out, reach, and come down flat, head down. And last time, reach it and press it open. Good. And come down and drop. From here, let's flex that foot. Push through the ball of the foot and down. Other leg stays pointed. Flex. Push through and point. Both hips are on the floor. Flex. Push through and point. And last time, flex it up. Push through and point. We're going to reach to the side one more time. Really pressing the opposite hip on the floor. Take this hand, bring it up, and we're trying to open the chest up so we're spinning our chest towards the ceiling as we open and bring that arm to the back. Good. Really breathing, feeling that nice twist. We're holding this position. Breathing through it. Seeing if you can increase it each time that you breathe to bring that back arm to the back and spinning the chest towards the ceiling. Good. Let's come back to your neutral position. This will now feel pretty easy. And then let's walk ourselves up and come to an upright position. Let's take it to the other side. Twisting the upper body, feet are pointed, slide, reach all the way over to the side. Keeping the opposite hip on the floor. Feel that side body stretch that's happening there for you. And then drop down. Heads go to knee. Both hips are on the floor. Repeat, open and stretch to the side. Drop down, heads loose, and head down. Good. 2 more sets. Lift it and open. Feeling that chest moving forward. You've got an elbow bent here so you can help press against there to open that up and get that side body stretch. Drop down, heads are loose. And let go with the head. Last time, breathe, stretch, and open. Excellent. Let's come back down, folding the body towards that leg. Now, just this foot is going to be working here. The other foot is staying pointed. We're going to flex out through the heel, pressing out. Push through the ball of foot and point. Flex that foot up. Press through the ball of foot and point. Press up, flex. Push through and point. And last time, flex it up. Good. Push through and point. Now we're going to rotate, come back to that side stretch, and then lift that arm up. Take a deep breath in and press the arm behind and try and spin our chest to the ceiling. So we're getting a rotation up to the ceiling. We're going to hold this position. You're still breathing through it. And each time you take a breath and release it, try to open the arm up a little bit more. So we're opening up that upper chest and really bringing that chest, that heart chakra up to the ceiling as best we can. You might help by thinking of squeezing your shoulder blades together to open up that chest. We're still breathing, really releasing and opening up. Good. Let's come back to our basic side stretch there, which now will feel easy. And then bring the hands down and roll the spine up. Good. Let's close the legs together, beat them out. And now we're going to come into hands and knees position. And let's go into a curl in the toes and go into a down dog. So we're pressing the heels down. Lift the heels up to stretch the inside of the underneath part of the sole of the foot and press down. Lift it up and press down. Once more, lift it up and press down. Now, push through with that front foot into a point. You're in a parallel position, then rotate the leg out and get that leg as high as you can. So you're really stretching. You may feel this in your glutes. And then slowly rotate down and then bring the leg into a parallel and come back to your down dog. Let's take it to the other side. Point the back foot, lift that leg up in parallel position, rotate it out, and then stretch it up as high as you can. Really lengthening through the leg, lengthening through the torso. Coming back down in that rotated position, and then we have to come to your parallel position. And let's come back down, pushing through the toes, and straighten and sit. Let's bring the hands behind us and keep the knees down. So we're going to be pressing the hips up as we arch into the body once more. Deep breath in. Exhale, press the hips up and arc. And come back down. Breath in. Exhale, press up with the hips. Stretching out the quads. And come down. Let's take that again. Deep breath in. Exhale, press the hips up. Good. And come down. And last time, deep breath in. Exhale, press up with the hips. Good. And come down. Now we're going to go back into our down dog and repeat what we were just doing. Curl the toes under, press the heels, and let's point and go into the parallel position with that front leg. Lift that leg up and go as high as you can. Now flex that foot. We're going to bend the knee slightly and then drive that heel up to increase that stretch. Good. Let's take that again. Bend the knee, inhale. Exhale, drive up as high as you can go. Good. Two more. Bend, inhale. Exhale, drive it up. Good. And last time, bend it, inhale. Exhale, drive it up. Maybe you've gotten that leg up a little bit higher. Point the foot, come back down in your rotated position, come into your parallel position, and now once again, we're in down dog. Let's take that to the other side. Point the foot, lift it up, reach it as high as you can, way up there. And then we're flexing the foot, and we're bending the knee slightly. Bend, inhale, exhale, drive the heel up. 3 more, bend it, inhale. Exhale, drive that up. Good, 2 more. And bend it. And try and lengthen that leg up so it's a little bit farther above your head, towards your head. And last time, bend and in. Exhale, drive it up. Good. Point the foot, lower the leg. It's a rotated position. Then it comes into a parallel position. and we come back into our down dog. Press back through the heels, drop the knees down by folding through the toes there, and come back into a sitting position. Excellent. Let's go into a wide second. So here's where you're going to really work in the inside thigh. So you're going to your farthest apart position, still maintaining the divine flesh out and the backs are straight. Let's bend the knees and flex. And now we're going to rotate the thighs out. So we're opening up again in the inside thigh here. So the knees are going towards slightly the back of the room. And then push through and point and try and maintain that rotation. We're going to take that 3 more times. Lift straight up, rotate it out so you can feel the added stretch in the inside thigh. Push through and point. 2 more. Flex, rotate it out. Push through and point. Good. And last time, flex it up. Rotate it out. Really feel that opening there. And push and point. Sitting up tall, let's take a forward fold. Trying to maintain this rotation we just created. So from here, feet are pointed, head goes down, rolling through the spine, inching out, going as far as you can, trying to keep that rotation. And we're going to take 4 deep breaths. If you can drop your head down, please do so. I'm not, so that I don't muffle my voice. So here we go. Deep breath in. Exhale, reach the hands out, increasing that stretch. Good. Repeat. Inhale. Exhale and reach. 3rd time. Deep breath in. Inching out and reach. And last time, deep breath in, exhale, and all the way out. Excellent. All right, we're going to take a flex through our feet in this position. And now we're going to think of that friend of ours that was helping us before, doing the same thing, but working with our ankles. So from a deep breath in, as you exhale, feel like that right heel is pushed out, your ankles being pulled to open up in a second position even more wide. Deep breath in, exhale, and feel that left leg is pushed out. It might be a tiny, tiny motion there. Let's take that again. Deep breath in, pushing out that right, opening the inside thigh, maybe your body lowers a little bit more, and breath in. Exhale, feel the left going out, really opening up through the inside thigh there. Let's repeat, deep breath in, right, might be getting smaller and smaller motions, but still think of that opening, breath in, exhale, and feel that left reaching out, and we have 1 more, deep breath in, and push out that right, and breath in, and push out through the left. Excellent. You should feel quite open, quite reached. Good. And then slowly roll up, keeping the legs in a flex position. Roll up through the spine. Help yourself up with those hands. Coming to an upright position. And then gently let the legs come in. That was a lot of work in those hips. Good. Excellent. Let's take a slightly wider position with our hips, divine flesh out, and let's just gently roll the legs in and out at the same time to ease out some of that work that we did in those hips. Good. Good work. Okay, find a position that works for you. I'm gonna have my legs folded. You may find whatever position you assume that we've really opened up in the hips quite a bit. So make sure that back is straight. Let's take the arms out. Lift as you breathe in. Hands come together and bring them to your heart chakra. And give thanks to yourself, to your glorious body that allowed you to open up and do this more challenging stretch class. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed this class, please subscribe. You can comment. If there's different kinds of classes or parts of your body you'd like me to focus on in future classes, let me know.
Take care. Have a good day.